Hi, welcome to Linda. If it is your first time and you like this program, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video. Girl, what do you have to say to my viewers and my subscribers?
Hi,
amazing people?
I hope you are all doing well.
And what do you have to tell them? Should they subscribe to my channel or what?
Yes, put a thumbs up, the video and all the others.
Yeah, bis fast.
Bis nächstes Mal.
Yeah.
Bis später.
Keep on watching my channel because you are going to enjoy this program. Until I meet you again in my next video. Bye-bye. Love you all.
First question is, lots of Nigerians and the world at large would like to know from you where your client is, where it's Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you so much. You know, before Nana actually made it public, and also I like the entire word about the whereabouts of my client. The military invaded his premises on the 14th day of September 2017. And shortly before they gained access to his house, he called me on phone to inform me about the sporadic gunshots going on around his house then. So I have to also issue a statement to that effect. So thereafter, I ceased to have further communication with him. So until date, I've not heard from him. And I'd also taken steps to file a formal application before the Federal High Court Abuja to compel the military to produce him in court. Because it's obvious they had the last contact with him on that 14th day of September 2017. And they were in the killed over 28 persons in his premises, shot about 48, wounded many. And they also took away some cops. So, and they made last contact with my client. So, and they, by virtue of which they are in a position to produce him in court. That's certain. Thank you.
Is the claim that Nnamdi Kanu is missing an afterthought?
It cannot be an afterthought because as I had earlier explained, shortly before they came, you know, they went there first on 12th of September. So on what I suspected to be a surveillance. So during the invasion, they wounded many. So on a second visit, being that 14th of September, they also were heavily armed. They came in their hundreds. So they shoot sporadically and also killed many because they even went to his bedroom. So, and he was in the bedroom when he called me last. Because when he called me before they gained entrance to his house, he called me. He told me he was in the bedroom, and I told him to remain calm. That I have to allow the public. So I made some contact and also called some human rights organization to inform about what was going on in my client's house. So, and afterwards, I didn't hear from him again. So the rest has told you now because they killed, for record available to us, which also I've already made available to you. They killed over 28 persons there, so and wounded many. You can from the photographs and also pictures, video footage I gave to you, you can see the bullet holes in his room. Okay, how they climbed his staircase, to his room in upstairs, and shoot at everything on site, including the dogs, the cars, scattered everything, shot everything with bullets. So tell me what actually they are shooting in the room, if not him. So it shouldn't be an afterthought because I know I'm also firmly convinced that they have him, either dead or alive. Actually, and that was why I went to court. So whosoever that says is not in their custody or he has gone to Mr. XYZ country, the person should come to the court and put it on oath because we are on oath in court. So application we file in court is on oath. So if you are disproving or challenging our claims, come to the court and state your position on oath too. So
you're saying there's no truth in what SH0CKING said about Nnamdi Kanu being in London?
No, the fact is that SH0CKING is a politician. I believe, I also clear these issues. I believe he's looking at an avenue to calling favor from the government. So that's why he opened his mouth so wide and be talking what he's not sure of. So I asked him several questions. Were you there? You went there with the rampaging soldiers at the point they invaded his premises. He was not there. And a traveler will also tell that it's not possible for somebody to travel to Malaysia, from Malaysia to United Kingdom. It's impossible. The military know they have him. So I believe his statement is false in the first place, and is targeted as causing mischief.
But SH0CKING did say that he spoke with members of...
He never spoke with anybody. That is certain. He never had access to any of his relatives. He never discussed with anybody, either his brothers or sisters. Nobody spoke with him. I can authoritatively confirm that to you now.
Barrister, if you do not know the whereabouts of your client, where then did you get the mandate to sue the federal government demanding that the tag on IPOB as terrorists is illegal?
Yeah, okay, let me just clarify this because I have, before now, I've been the IPOB lawyer general counsel, apart from being Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. So I've been the lawyer to IPOB. So I have the standing instruction at all times to defend them in all suits and also file action on their behalf in all suits. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. How do you feel being legal counsel to the man who's been tagged a terrorist by the Nigerian state?
Well, I actually, let me just say this. The point is that the military invasion of the Southeast is well planned. The activities there was well planned by the government and also in conspiracy with Northern Coalition Group and also elders. This is a high-powered Northern conspiracy. Before now, on the 24th day of August 2017, the Arewa Youth Coalition Group issued a statement. So that Nnamdi Kanu must be arrested, and also that IPOB should be declared a terror group. So as part of the terms as part of the time for withdrawal of their, with notice given to Igbos and Southerners living in northern states. So, and before that 24th of August 2017, I had only filed an application before the Federal High Court to vary some of these bare conditions given to Nnamdi Kanu, which we consider as offensive or in clear violation of his fundamental rights as provided under the Constitution. So, and they responded. They filed a counter to application before then and served on us. So only for us, so we're waiting for the day to come, being October 17th. So after that press conference of 24th day of August, you are in the Arewa Coalition Group, mandated the federal government on what to do, because I understand there's political undertone to activities of the military in the Southeast, clearly. And so on 25th, being Friday, they filed an application seeking for the revocation of the bail granted Nnamdi Kanu. Are you getting the game? And now, before this bail application was filed, it was made public, it was given to the press to advertise for the Arewa youth and their cohorts to see that they have started implementing the understanding they have together. So that I wasn't taken aback. Then, a few days afterwards, the military deployed, the Chief of Army Staff deployed soldiers acting on the directive from the president to Southeast on operation they called Operation Python Dance. Now, the deployment of soldiers to Southeast to quell civil unrest or whatever you call it is not only unjustifiable, it's not called for in the first place. And because there's no violence in the Southeast. Section 271 of the Constitution is clear on the circumstances under which soldiers can be deployed to contain certain activities, when it's a case of insurrection, external aggression, or terrorism. So, but I know, as long as I heard about this, I know there's something behind it, the more I can see. So I know that they're actually going there for something else. So I wasn't surprised when I heard about their first attempt at getting at my client on 12th of September 2017 being on Sunday. They went there in the evening, then also shoot some people, wounded many on that Sunday. So an operation which was scheduled originally to commence on the 15th day of September, on 12th is commenced it in my client's house. And if you're familiar with the location of his house, you know that the house is clearly isolated from the main town, where such an SH, whatever you call it, you are going on whatever you call it, is clearly isolated from the town, where you can carry such an site. So, obviously telling you that they're going there, that this operation is targeted at him, decimating the entire members of IPOB and annihilating the Igbos in general. That's the essence of that operation. So, and when this happened, we raised alarm. Igbos raised alarm. The Igbo Apex organization, both Ohanes and the Igbo, and what people started talking, right? Before you could speak Jànjà Robinson, the military declared IPOB terrorist organization. Now, in clear confirmation of what they are being told by the Arewa Youth Coalition Group, because the essence of coming down to there is to provoke the unarmed, defenseless, and non-violent group, IPOB, into going into armed struggle, which they resisted at all times. Now, before you can deploy people to such an assignment or exercise, there must be history of violence. There must be a history of armed struggle. There must be a history of people kidnapping, killing, doing all sort of things that cannot be contained by the civil authority. But in this case, there is no such history. IPOB has no history of armed struggle. IPOB has no history of kidnapping. IPOB has no history of even attacking security agents or burning police station. You can only see them gathering on a rally, insisting on referendum, nothing more. In clear excess of the powers to rise of self-determination as contained under Article 21 of the African Human Charter of People's Rights, and also under Article 1 of the United Nations Charter, right? They have always been civil in the approach or in the exercise of this right. So they don't use gun, they don't use machete, they don't use any form of arm. So tell me reason why the federal government should deploy troops to Southeast to go and fight them. It's uncalled for and clear unconstitutional.
Have you been under any threats during the course of being Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer?
Well, I can't say apparently I'm under threat, of course. They are making some moves towards getting at me. So through illegal means, because so I know and understand. Before now, I raised an alarm about some people that are going to my office to make inquiries. So only this morning, someone came to my office. He didn't come up actually upstairs. Actually, he came in military uniform. He was asking after me. I don't have any client for any military man as my client at all. I don't maintain a brief. I don't have any military man as my client. So I know they are actually taking steps to see how to get at me. So I've already alerted the international community and also the world. But I know that they cannot get at me. That's very certain. Because God I worship is wrong. Thank you.
The president, in his broadcast on October 1st in honor of the nation's 57th anniversary, said that, and I quote, "At all events, proper dialogue and any desired constitutional changes should take place in a rational manner." Is this to say that Nnamdi Kanu was opposed to dialogue with the federal government?
No issue. Before now, few weeks before the military were deployed to Southeast for this covert operation they called the Operation Python Dance, the Southeastern state governors engaged him on a dialogue, discussion, which he honored. And an understanding was about to be reached. So, in the course of the discussion, he called me. I had a meeting with him. I said, okay, no problem, let us listen to them and see possible of resolving some of these issues. Right? Because their issues are genuine. Their concerns are genuine. So, and they want to look into it. So now, if he's not averse to that dialogue, to discussing with them, start giving them audience, you would have honored the invitation in the first place. So, but it's now for them to come together. Let him tell them what he wants. He's talking about a referendum and nothing more. He's not pushing violence, not saying people carry arms, go and kill people. No, he's not saying that. But
you're aware that the Southeast governors also proscribed him as well?
They have no such powers. That's very certain. So I know it's an afterthought. What they did was an afterthought, and I condemn it.
Are you also challenging them?
Of course, I told them, and they now withdraw it because they said they never at any point in time declare IPOB a terrorist organization. Yeah, they said it, and I told them they have no such power. It's a political statement.
But what do you think had made them to do so?
No, because I understand some of them are. Let me just use the foul language. Some of them are cowards, and some of them are saying that because of they want to secure their political offices. But I can assure you that all of them, the youths will come out 2019 to sweep all of them out. They're going to be voted out of office for doing that.
Was there at any point where you thought that things might go this way? Did you ever think that way?
Well, I never envisaged this. I never envisaged this kind of rascality, barbarism, and also this kind of violent approach to containing civil unrest or people as a peaceful and lawful agitation. And I've not envisaged that.
Okay, let's discuss some scenarios. If Nnamdi Kanu were to disappear, as you had said, how will it affect the struggle that he has begun already?
Well, as you are fully aware, IPOB is a lawful organization or group, and so it has structure in place already. And they have a structure, so they have a roadmap towards implementing and actualizing the independence of Biafra, which are going about it lawfully. So that's why that was why they've been asking for referendum to be conducted.
But since his disappearance, there's not been any much progress. I mean, it's assumed that they are all waiting for him to.
Well, the point is that they know that of course you should know that IPOB has branches all over the world. Of course, you should know. Yeah. So, and I know that they must produce in one day. There's no two ways about it. The military must produce in one day. We're in court now, so they must produce in one day That one, there's no doubt about it. It must come. They must produce him one day.
Aside from being Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, as well as IPOB's lawyer, do you agree? Do you sympathize with IPOB's ideologies?
Of course. I sympathize with ideology. These are people that have been relegated to the background. These are people that have been treated like third classes in the country. The Igbos have been marginalized in a manner that the whole world has seen it. They are being treated as if they are nothing. They are not relevant in the scheme of things. They are not recognized. So and they cannot continue to keep quiet. So that's why they're raising awareness, that they're raising their voice. So I had expected the federal government to call them, to ask, at least approach them for dialogue and see what are their grievances, right? You have 4 children, or let me just say you have 4 children. Somebody say, I don't want you to be my father again. It's not an offense under the law.
So you're saying that you agree to
it's not offense.
IPOB saying
what I will do as the father is to call him, come. What offense have I committed? What have I done to you? Right? And so you cannot listen to the person, know his grievances, know his concerns, and still have to address it. Right? And so I sympathize with them and the Igbos in general. Not only IPOB, because IPOB is the IPOB are Igbos. So Igbos are not the neighboring states, of course. And so
you also agree that Nigeria should break up.
Well, the point is that we are talking about confederation and federalism, right? True federalism in the country. So if these issues look into, well, if there's a true federalism in the country being practiced as contained under the Constitution, then I don't think we should be having this kind of situation. I don't think it will be to a reasonable extent address some of the concerns they are raising, right? Because when the system is structured, we cannot talk about the second part of it.
Are you aware that some of the vocal, provocative speeches by Nnamdi Kanu were exactly the same thing done in Rwanda sometime in 1994?
What do you classify?
Which led to a very...
What do you classify a provocative speech from him? Because I don't think I've had any of such statement from him.
Saying that he will go to Abuja and bring back the head of Buhari.
I didn't hear that.
You did not hear that? There were videos everywhere.
No, I didn't hear that. Of course, you see, I've been able to observe so many things in the course of this case.
You are saying that since Nnamdi Kanu started these agitations, he's never made any
let me say this. In the course of this brief, I've observed so many anomalies. Okay. Right? One, there's so much propaganda all over the places. People hijack internet, video chops, photo chops, bring pictures and all whatnot, just oppose, and we tell you that Nnamdi Kanu says this, or did this, or did that. Are you getting me? So I cannot confirm to you that I didn't hear him speak that.
Even the ones on Biafra Times and on Radio Biafra?
I said I didn't hear him speak that. I'm telling you now. I'm not. If I'm with him and I hear him speak that, I will say that I was him when he spoke that. Yes. And
you don't think that there's some of the things that he's doing could lead to the kind of genocide that happened in Rwanda?
No, you see, let me say this to you. What you should be concerned about is modus operandi, right? And the message the person is preaching. Fantastic, right? So it's the message that give rise to whatever you're talking about, what I'm talking about genocide or whatnot. But simple message Nnamdi Kanu is saying, one, he told them there will be no election in Anambra State. Now, by saying that there will be no election in Anambra State, he's telling his faithfuls not to participate in election, which is a civil disobedience recognized under the law. Right? Don't go and vote. Not that you should go and disrupt. Are you getting me? So, which is a right exercised under the law. He's not preaching violence, not asking them go and take up arms against the state. Go and fight the police, go and fight the military. No. But he said he can only kill this country with truth. He said it. I can remember that one. He said he can only kill this country with nothing but truth. We're not going to use arms. We're not going to use machete. We're not going to use any weapon of any kind. But his weapon is truth and nothing more. That's the message what I understood from his message and nothing more.
If Nnamdi Kanu were to reappear or resurface somewhere else in the future, would this not affect your credibility as a lawyer?
How can you affect my credibility as a lawyer?
It would mean that you've been lying the whole time.
How am I lying? I told you that my client's house was invaded on the 1st of September by the military. And I've not seen him. Are you getting me? So until when I see him, I don't know whether he's alive or dead. That's what I'm saying. How can you affect my credibility?
During the course
I'm speaking with you now. Maybe if I... Okay, go on.
No, I'm listening to you speak. Talk.
Okay, let me just digress. Go on.
We're interviewing you, so express yourself.
So what I'm saying now, I will have an interview now. Maybe afterwards something happened, but God forbid, I didn't hear from you again. I will say I've not been able to speak to Chinwe again. I don't know what anything that must happen to him, to her, right? So with us, if eventually I heard about you surfacing in the next 1 or 2 months, will that affect my credibility? Yeah?
Okay. During the whole course of the military invasion on his residence, there was a video that went viral, and that video was about supposed IPOB members.
Thank you for always watching Lynda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Lynda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye-bye.